when you disappeared, we have a really titillating question we have to ask of you. A really important question. So after our great podcast discussion that we had, who would win in a fight out of Brian Blessed and Alanah Pearce?
I mean, Brian Blessed is 83 years old at this point. Sorry.
Okay. We want to hear your reasoning behind it.
Right, I did actually look up what you were talking about.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he has attempted to climb Mount Everest 3 times without oxygen equipment.
Right.
He's failed all 3 times.
Oh, poor Brian.
He is quite actually renowned in the community as being like one of the individuals who's like succeeded in getting the furthest without.
Right. Oh, I could just picture that. He's up there like a dwarf with beard covered in snow, taller than everybody else, just powering through. They're all in like gas mask tanks and everything, breathing deep breaths, and he's just up there going, "Follow me." That'd be amazing.
Follow me.
so
okay.
Just with his shirt off, just fighting Yetis.
So all right. So you're saying he's 83. But again, what's age got to do with anything? He's Brian motherfucking Blessing.
I mean, he is a tank of a man. He's bloody massitive.
He's basically Dragonborn.
I mean, yeah. I reckon he could take most people because he'd literally just have to, I don't know, just
steamroll them.
A swift kick, really.
Yeah.
Swift kick in the wrist. But why Alanah Pearce?
Just because we were talking about her on the show. Like, nothing against Alanah, she's great, but the argument, it was either Brian Blessed versus Alanah from the show, or Brian Blessed versus you two.
Brian definitely wins against you two.
Knocking out right as they run it with the guitar and everything. He's just like, sit down.
I'd just be intimidated by his voice. I'd probably just flee at the sound of him saying something.
He could literally do like a Saruman bring the mountain down on everyone. He just screams with the top of his voice and avalanche flattens the entirety. You can just see like the edges, little beanie hat sticking out on the guitar, sticking out on the snow. But more importantly, Richie, your take on that was what? You reckon Brian would just let Alanah win by default?
Yeah, I think he would be too. I think he would just take the beating.
Okay.
He would take the beating.
He just accept it and say, "I'm not going to fight a lady."
I'm not going to lie.
I don't think he'd need to prove himself.
So, Tom, realistically, we've said Brian would just let Alanah win by default because he's a gentleman and Alana's a lady, and he just let her take the win. Any extra thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason I'm laughing, by the way. I mean, if I were in Brian's shoes, I probably would also allow Alanah to win against me.
Okay, win against, yeah, no problem. Platform agnostic, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your answer, Tom. We'll no doubt come back with some post-show questions with added craziness. Okay. Maybe next week. So maybe this will be a thing. I know our audience out there were really, really intrigued to know who would win between Brian Blessed and Alanah Pearce. And there you have it.
That's our episode of the podcast, episode 44 of the podcast, to find out why we're talking about that.
That is very true. Tune in to find out. Such a what?
Random tip.
Well, we were talking about Mongolians in China before we started as well, so...
Alright, so who would win in a fight then? Brian Blessed or the Mongol horde?
Yeah. Who would win in a fight between Mongolia and China? Let's check the history textbooks to find out.
Well, now we know Mongolia still exists as a country. I still say...
No, Chris. We knew. You didn't.
Have you never played Risk?
Not in a long time. Like Uno, I've not played Risk in a long time.
Actually, is Mongolia in Risk? I'm sure it is.
Wow.
But either way, yeah. So next week, Brian Blessed versus a Mongolian horde, sponsored by Ghost of Tsushima. Check us out.
And on that one, I'm going with Brian.
You're going with Brian on that one, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. But yeah.
He could take on the Mongolian horde.
There we have it. There's the question of the week. Stay tuned for more random back behind the scenes chitter chatter. Bye.
I almost feel like bye.
Bye.
I didn't realise, Jan.